Dear students, Vanakkam. In this class, you are going to learn a new model of standard costing problem. The topic is labor variance. Okay, so already in the second part, when you learned both material variance and labor variance in one problem, you learned a bit of information, but in this problem you are specifically going to learn fully about the labor variances. Okay, and another thing to say is about this problem, it is entirely different because there are two categories of labors: skilled labors, unskilled labors, and working hours, and labor hours rate. So all those information are going to learn in this problem. Okay, are you ready to learn this? Okay, before that I would like to ask you one thing. Did you learn the previous problem on your own? Did you work out extra sum? Have you prepared what I taught on your own? Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks for spending time to prepare on yourself. Okay, now let me go to the problem and this model. Okay, so kindly pay your attention, watch it keenly. Okay, standard costing part 4. Okay, the following information is from the furniture manufacturing company for the year ending 2010. You are suggested to prepare labor variances from the given data. Furniture manufacturing company information or data given below. Okay, நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா இந்த இருக்கிற டேட்டாவை யூஸ் பண்ணி லேபர் வேரியன்சஸ் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும். ஓகே, யூ see here there is no specific formula to be identified or to be worked. It is common labor variances, so that means the maximum possible solutions we have to find from this model. That's why when it is given as a specific one, we have to calculate for only those specific one. But apart from that, when you go for the common aspects, you have to learn in a elaborate way. That means the maximum possibilities. Okay, just follow the below data. There are two categories: skilled labors, unskilled labors. And standard labors அப்படின்னாலும் budgeted laborsனாலும் ஒன்று தான். Okay, so either budgeted or standard. So either this or that term can be used. So given information, nature of labors, number of workers, rate per hour, total hours. So skilled labors, there are 8 workers. The rate is 10 per hour, totally 20 hours. Likewise, unskilled labors, number of workers 12, rate per hour is 8, then total workers 20. Then actual labors. Okay, actual labors, skilled labors 12 in numbers, then 11 rupees per hour, 20 hours. Then unskilled labors, number of workers are 13, rate per hour for actual labors is skilled 11, unskilled 7, then total hours is also 20 hours each. Okay, these are all the information. Okay, so if you understand this problem, definitely you can work out the solutions. Okay, only thing is newly added workers, number of workers, rate per hour and total hours for both actual and budgeted. Okay, shall I proceed to sum? Okay, see the solution. First, let's take the labor cost variance. first formula. The formula is standard rate into standard time minus actual rate into actual time. In short form, LCV is labor cost variance. SR standard rate into ST standard time minus AR actual rate into AT actual time. Okay, take the first one is skilled labors. Skilled labors standard rate is rupees 10 into standard time, that is 8 workers 20 hours, that is 8 into 20. Then actual rate for skilled labors 11 rupees, actual time 12 workers into 20 hours. Okay, so this is the actual value. Then when we multiple this value, the first one is 1600 minus second one, when do the multiplication, the value is 2640. So now you see that the minus value is bigger value, that means you are going to get definitely the adverse figure, that is A stands for adverse. So the total value of the skilled labor is rupees 1040. Okay, that is adverse value. Then likewise unskilled labors, rupees 8 is the standard rate and 12 workers into 20 hours is the standard time. Then minus rupees 7 is actual rate into 13 workers into 20 hours. So go for the multiplication. The first value is 8 into 12 into 20 is 1920 minus 7 into 13 into 20 1820. Here the minus value lesser number, so that means this value unskilled labors we are going to get the favor. So the 100 is favor, that is 1920 minus 1820. Okay, finally the labor cost variance value is 940. It is adverse because the skilled labor value 1040 adverse, unskilled labor's value is 100 rupees favor. So that means the adverse value is higher. So labor cost variance rupees 940 is the adverse value as answer we got. Okay, the second one is labor rate variance. The formula is actual time into standard rate minus actual rate. See that LRV stands for labor rate variance, AT stands for actual time, SR stands for standard rate minus AR stands for actual rate. Okay, now let's take first the skilled labors. The skilled labors for the labor rate variance, actual time 12 labors into 20 hours, standard rate minus actual rate rupees 10 minus rupees 11. Okay, finally 12 into 20 240, 10 minus 11 minus 1. So in the multiplication there is one minus value, so definitely this is the adverse value. So 1 into 240, 240 adverse. Then taking the unskilled labor's value, the actual time is 13 workers into 20 hours. The standard rate rupees 8, actual rate minus 7. Then 13 into 20, definitely it is 260. Then 8 minus 7 is 1. So the multiple value both are plus value. So that means the final value is also going to be the favor. Then labor rate variance, the total value is 240 adverse for skilled labors, 260 favor for unskilled labors. So that means the favor value is higher. So that means the value is 20, that is after deducting. The 20 is a favor. The labor rate variance comes as a favor value. Okay. Next, let's take the labor efficiency variance. The formula is standard rate into standard time minus actual time. Okay, the short form LEV stands for labor efficiency variance, SR stands for standard rate, ST stands for standard time minus 80 for actual time. Okay, first let's take the skilled labors. Standard rate is rupees 10. Standard time 8 workers into 20 hours minus actual time, that is 12 workers into 20 hours. So go for the multiplying. Rupees 10, okay, we are taking 8 into 20, 160 will come. 12 into 20, 240 will come. So that means when we deduct this value, we get minus 80. Finally, 10 into 80, 800. As the value is minus 80, we get the adverse value, that is rupees 800. Then unskilled labors. Standard rate is rupees 8. Standard time 12 workers into 20 hours. Then actual time 13 workers into 20 hours. So you see that multiplying these two figures, two pair of figures, that is 12 into 20, 240, then 13 into 12, 260. So here also the minus value is higher value. So when deduct this value, we get minus 20. So 8 into 20, 160 is adverse value. So here both skilled and unskilled labor's values are adverse value, no favor. That means the labor efficiency variance total value is 960, but it is a adverse. Okay, 960 is an adverse value. Okay, you see this another one, labor mix variance. It is entirely different from the previous three formulae, but at the same time already in the material variance, like this formula you have applied, but the terms are different. Okay, let's see the formula. Labor mix variance, the formula is standard rate into revised standard time minus actual time. Okay, once again, standard rate into revised standard time minus actual time. Okay, before this solution in the table, go for the working note. We have to calculate the revised standard time because there is two time, actual time, standard time or budgeted time. But there is no revised standard time. It seems we have to calculate the revised standard time. Okay, follow the working note below the table. Revised standard time RST. Okay, the formula is total actual time divided by total standard time is equal to, multiplied with standard time of each workers. Okay, take the total actual time, then divided with total standard time, then multiple by standard time of each workers. Okay. Now, total actual time, that is as per the formula 12 into 20 plus 13 into 20 is equal to 240 plus 260, totally 500 hours, because we have to first identify the total actual time. Okay, so that is 500 hours. Likewise, total standard or budgeted time 8 into 20 plus 12 into 20. 8 into 20, 160, 12 into 20, 240, totally 400 hours. Okay, now we have identified the total value of actual and budgeted time. Then go for RST, revised standard time. Skilled labors, 500 divided by 400 into 160 equal to 200 hours. Okay. Likewise, for the unskilled labors, the value is 500 divided by 400 into 240 is equal to 300 hours. Okay, now by using this, we have to apply in the formula. Okay, go to the table, just follow it. Skilled labors, standard rate is rupees 10. Revised standard time is for skilled labors we have calculated 200 hours minus actual time, that is 12 labors into 20 hours, equal to the 10 rupees, take the 10 rupees, then multiple with minus 40, because 200 minus 12 into 20, 240, finally we get the minus 40 value. So we get adverse value in the total figure. That means 10 into minus 40 is 400. It is a adverse value of skilled labors. Then unskilled labors, rupees 8 is standard rate. Revised standard time is for unskilled labors 300 hours minus 13 into 20 is actual time, that is 13 workers into 20 hours, equal to 8 hours. You see the within bracket, 300 minus 13 into 20, that is 13 into 20 is 260. That means minus 40. But the value is 300 is the higher value, the bigger value or positive value. So we get the favor value, that is 8 into 40. Totally 320 as a favor. Now see the labor mix variance. Rupees 80 is a adverse, because adverse value 400 for skilled labors. So when we deduct 320, we get 80. It is a adverse value. Okay, do you understand this? Do you understand the labor mix variance? So before going for the solution, we have to calculate the revised standard time. Okay, and then only we may go for other things. So to calculate the revised standard time, we have to note, or we have to identify the total actual time and total standard or budget time. So if we go like this, it becomes very easy to calculate the RST, that is revised standard time. Okay, finally we get the labor mix variance rupees 80 adverse. Okay. The next formula is revised labor efficiency variance. Okay. Revised labor efficiency variance. The formula is standard rate into standard time for actual output minus revised standard time. Okay, standard rate already we know it from the problem. Standard time for actual output, there is no differently given any value. So the standard time value, let's take it. And revised standard time, already we calculated in the previous formula. So we need not to calculate again. We can take it as it is. Okay, now go for the solution. RLEV, revised labor efficiency variance. SR stands for standard rate, ST for standard time, RST for revised standard time. Okay, so by using this, we shall go for the calculation of skilled labors. Skilled labors, rupees 10 is standard rate, 8 into 20 is standard time, that is 8 workers, 20 hours. Revised standard time is 200. It is taken from the previous formula. The value is finally rupees 10 into minus 40, because 8 into 20, 160 minus 200, there we will get minus 40. So 10 into 40 is equal to 400. It is an adverse value. Then unskilled labors, rupees 8, that is, the 8 is standard rate, 12 into 20 standard time, that is 12 workers into 20 hours, then minus 300 is a revised standard time of unskilled labors. It is also taken from the previous formula. Okay. Now see that rupees 8 is taken, and within bracket 12 into 20, 240 minus 300, we get minus 60. So that means it is also adverse value. So finally we get 480 as adverse value. The total value of the revised labor efficiency variance is rupees 880. Okay. Okay, with this formula, this problem is over. The solution is over. There is not more possibility to work more than this five formula. Okay, so only five formula, but at the same time we are able to work five formula for the given value of the labor variances. Okay, do you understand this sum? If you have any doubts, you may ask. You may take 1 minute to go through fully in a fast manner. While going or while reviewing, if you get doubt, you please ask. Otherwise, you please feel free to raise your question either through mail or through phone at any time. But as usual, I say, before raising doubt, you carefully go through the sum and solution. Okay, you try to understand. You try to work out on your own the same sum and likewise any other model related. And then you feel free to ask me. Okay, dear students, thanks for your patient listening. Let's meet in the different sum in the next class. Thank you.